And welcome to the Snodacast, episode 40. And I didn't change the title because I'm an idiot. Anyways, welcome to the Snodacast. I'm your host, Black Chef 56, and I am, of course, joined by the one, the only, Hungry Hufflepuff, aka Ali.
Greetings, everyone.
Greetings. And, of course, we can't have a normal episode of the podcast without good old Gallows, aka Thomas.
Yo, what's up?
All right. Well, it's not a normal podcast episode without asking the age-old question of weekly updates. So I got to ask, Ali, how was your week?
I had more to drink last night than I've had in the past year.
That's good.
Take that as you will.
Huh.
Okay. We're gonna take that as a good thing.
That's up to you.
Okay. Anything else of major importance?
No?
No? Okay. Gallows.
It's been a week. It's just been a week.
Yeah. Fair enough. Gallows, how's your week, buddy?
I started my new job this Monday. At a new site.
Nice.
I will be working at the call center. So, yeah. And it's a permanent site.
So you said Texcom?
Yeah. It's a permanent site, too, so I don't have to worry about moving all the goddamn time and shit.
That's nice.
I get
That's always a good
Fridays
thing.
and Saturdays off now, too.
You get Fridays and Saturdays off?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Alrighty then. Well, my week hasn't been too eventful. It's been eventful, but not in the best way that I'm going to get on server with. But we're not going to go into that. So, I mean, my work's mostly it's just been work. I might be getting a new job soon, so that's going to be exciting. We will also not be seeing Lewis for quite a while. He has told me that most likely he's going to be going to Cuba for the next 3 months to be working with his dad on a pipeline.
Oh, yeah. Damn. He's doing oil work. Shit, that is demanding shit, bro.
It is.
I wish him the best, and I hope for his safety is all I can really say to it.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Amen.
Oh, we have a surprise guest. Hello, Leon.
It's a
Hey,
Yo,
guys.
what's up?
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going all
Not
right.
bad. How
Are you permanently joining us?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty then. Well, that's good. So Leon, I gotta ask, how was your week?
On a scale from 1 to 10, a 3, dude.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
No, not great at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, some of you guys know this, but I was fired from my job.
Right.
Yeah, and the only thing I could think of is because I am doing my DJ stuff, so that's the only thing I could think of it. So it's
Hold on, who's echoing?
Is it me?
pretty
It
sure
might-
it's Gallows. He's had that
No.
low level echo for a while.
That is true, yeah, and I think Leon's using headphones, are you not?
not at all.
Same thing.
Okay, so it might be Gallows then. Hey, it can't be a normal episode of the podcast without having somebody echo.
Yeah.
Nope, not really.
I'll be right back.
All right,
Business as usual, folks.
this is the usual. Absolutely, it is.
Oh yeah, my mom has
But
it.
no, foo on them for not being able to share.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just fucked up, man. Oh no,
Whoa.
it is
No,
Leon.
it is Leon.
Oh, it isn't.
Yeah.
It'd take me a minute, but I could switch over to my laptop. It'd be easier.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll
Well,
be
you're
right
done.
back.
So Gallows, we figured it out. It wasn't you, it was Leon.
Oh. So I left for no reason then.
Yeah, pretty much.
We all know you're gonna have to end up having to do it at some point.
True.
That is true. That is true. But if you guys are ready, we're gonna go ahead and go into now showing.
Let's do
All right, let's
it.
go.
All right. Now showing this week we have
Yo, what just happened?
Pray for the Devil. I have seen this trailer countless times, and I think it's probably going to be utter dog shit. But I have not heard any good or bad things about this, but it sounds like an interesting premise. It is basically exorcism in the modern day.
It does look interesting.
It does, doesn't it? So I'm curious to see what we end up what ends up happening with this, but I ultimately do not know. So I'm gonna still wait for reviews to come out before I go see this movie.
The same. I think it's gonna probably be a not a good exorcism movie because not all of them are too good. Not all of them are too bad. It's gonna be an okay exorcism movie. Will I watch it in what I watch in the theaters? Probably not. More likely, I'll wait until it comes on streaming service. Then watch it then.
I don't blame you on that. I would say, I mean, if it gets like extraordinary reviews, I'm most likely gonna go out of my way to go see it. But I don't know. Like right now, money's really tight, so I can't really go to the theaters unless people are willing to pay. But that's a different story. We're not gonna get into that.
Me every time my friends invite me out to eat.
It's like, are you paying? But yeah, no, I might go out of my way to go see this. It might just be a matinee thing, but for sure, I do want to see it wholeheartedly. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. Like I don't get paid until Black Panther 2 really comes out. So, and I may or may not go out of my way to go see that movie. I personally don't know. I don't know. That's a different story.
I hate to say it. You guys know how much of a Marvel fan girl I am.
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of dried out on Marvel movies.
I don't know, because one of our topics that we're going to be talking about later is going to be something that we will talk about. And I think I'm super excited for that one for sure. But we'll get into that later.
Yeah. Anyway, back
on to Pray for the Devil. Like I said, I've seen this trailer countless times. I think it has an interesting premise, but there's been countless trailers that have interesting premises and end up being utter dog shit. One of the most recent examples I could say would be what was it? It was Obi-Wan Kenobi. No, I'm kidding. I actually enjoyed Obi-Wan, but the one I didn't like was fucking Book of Boba Fett. Man, was that a letdown. I was disappointed with that show. And it had an interesting premise. It really did. It had an interesting premise of like, oh yeah, what would Boba Fett do after he came out of the Sarlacc pit and after he got his armor back? Like, what would he do? But it's like, you kind of you dropped the ball on it. Also, when it came to like everything, when it came to like set design, the way they wrote Boba, just that show, man, it just didn't feel like Star Wars. Also, the fucking the guard pigs, I forget what they're called. They were like too thin to be guard pigs.
Are you body shaming?
I very much am, actually. Yes, wholeheartedly. Because yeah, they looked like me when I had my gut out. That's what they looked like. They didn't look like the Borbus. We're talking about the guard pigs from Boba Fett compared to fucking
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, where they look like they almost look like a Jabba if they could walk, basically. They look like sumo wrestlers. You could have hired sumo wrestlers, my guy. They gathered guys that just look like me a little bit. That's it. That's all they did. Yeah, probably about a good 40, 50 pounds overweight, not 150 pounds overweight, which is what they should have been. You
Yeah.
know? So I very much am body shaming those bad. I'm sure the actors were fine people, but Jesus Christ,
I believe
it's
the actors
like,
are probably
God
in
damn it.
bodysuits.
No, they actually weren't in. They could have put them in fat suits, honestly. That would have been fine. But no, they didn't. And it's like, why? Everything was off about that show. But anyways,
Well, and
It
back on
it's
the
not like they couldn't have gotten the funding.
exactly. It was Disney, but it
Well,
just
not
Disney.
just that, but considering how long Star Wars has been around and how profitable it's been.
oh yeah. Also, that show looked really cheap too. It did. It really did.
It looked cheap as hell.
It's
Well, you know the real reason why, right?
Why?
The reason why is because they used that studio, and they could only do so much when it came to set design. You know, the
Oh,
one
yeah.
with the projectors in the back. That's why.
That'll-
That's why it looked as cheap as it did. That's why it looked like it was green screen and everything. Like it looks great in the first season of The Mandalorian, but like beyond that, not really.
You know what it reminded me of? So it reminded me of one of those like 50s, 60 movies where they have a real plane of a random background.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
the driving scenes.
Yeah.
I
They're
wouldn't
just
say it was
they're
that
just
bad, but it was pretty bad. I would say it's on par with it, but not. It's nowhere close to that bad. Are you talking about rear projection? Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Well, the cool thing about the studio that they're using is the rear projection is in the back, so it's actually really good. It's like, oh no, it's movable. Like they can move it around as much as they need to. So like the actors could be standing in the same spot, just turn with it, and all you gotta do is move the camera around. It's like a full 360 thing. It's actually really cool. It makes they just recently used it for House of the Dragon
Oh,
for some
really?
of the flying scenes. Yeah,
I
so
did
that was really
not know
nice.
that.
Yeah. Which, by the way, House of the Dragon kicks ass. If you guys haven't seen the finale or the whole show, I know that Game of Thrones left a bad taste in your mouth, but this is a show that actually genuinely harkens back to old school Game of Thrones.
I've heard a lot of good and
it's
bad
really
things
good.
about it.
There's
So,
not that much bad I can say about it, honestly. The acting's top notch. The effects are fucking solid, man. The
Pray for a
sets
week.
look great. Huh?
We are so off topic. I'm sitting here like, what were we talking about?
Pray for the
what were
devil.
we talking about?
Pray
There
for
we
the
go.
devil,
Yeah,
yes.
we're supposed to be talking about
Pray for the
that.
devil. Yeah, we were supposed to be talking about that. Anyways, I was also waiting on
Anyways,
I was trying to
about the
wait-
praise for the devil, I like the concept of a female nun being an exorcist. I've always wondered how that would go. That'd be cool.
Well, it's because originally back when they did exorcisms, the nuns weren't really doing anything. That was all the fathers and everything else. That was all the priests and everything. So it is interesting that they would be doing that. But I think that her having a tie to a previous possession and that this demon wants her really, really bad, I think that is interesting in that fact. So I am curious to see where they go with it. Hopefully it's good, but I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be bad.
I think
Just
it'll be
my
like
opinion.
a B-rated movie. A B-rated.
I think it'll be the worst thing I think it could be is god awful, but I think at best it's probably just going to be okay. I think it's just going to be another exorcism movie.
Well, and on the previous possession bit, there's two ways they can go about it. That I think one will work better than the other.
Mhm.
Just have all that as a prologue to part of the movie, or just gradually salt and pepper it in throughout the movie as things develop.
I think it's like integral to the plot because she already has a history with it, and that's the whole reason why she's interested in this. And then you have the fact that this demon has now possessed another person, and they want her so bad. And it's like, okay, that is interesting. And plus, I think she does get possessed in this movie. I think that actually is going to happen, and I'm curious to see where they go from there.
Well, what I'm saying is, bringing us up to speed on the past possession situation.
No, I agree, definitely. Or just drop her in to where she's already studying everything, and then pepper it in throughout.
Yeah,
I think that's what they
or
do.
have her just basically have somebody sit down with her and be like, why? Why do you, as a nun, wish to learn about exorcism? And she goes, well, there you go. It may seem like an exposition dump, but it's like it would make sense. It's lazy, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like maybe she could withhold certain information.
I personally feel that like peppering in the older information would do better because you could draw similarities between the two.
Yeah. No, I definitely think sprinkling it throughout, like maybe only show us so much of the original and then sprinkle the rest of it throughout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Honestly, I might get killed for this. I don't think The Exorcist is the best exorcism movie. I really don't.
Yo,
It's one
that's
of
a
the most
bold,
well-renowned, and I love that movie. It's
that's a
one of
bold
my
statement.
favorites.
That's a
But
bold
I
statement, my
personally
friend.
think when it comes to pacing and how the exorcism is done, that is a slow burn. But if you're going for like, no, I want like a quick hour to 2 hour runtime, not hour and a half, not 2.5 hours, because The Exorcist is a very long movie. And don't get me wrong, it genuinely made me uncomfortable in certain scenes. I think one of the best possession movies.
Haunting in Connecticut.
Is that the classic horror fans I hear barging to your door?
Yes, and they can all fucking bite me. Here's how I'm gonna save my ass. Would you guys like to know what my personal favorite horror franchise of all time is?
What? If we
Evil
scream, I
Dead.
swear. Oh, okay,
Evil
good.
Dead. Evil Dead is one of my favorite horror franchises of all time. There has not been a single thing in the Evil Dead like movies or TV shows that I have not liked.
Shad basically said that the Exorcist.
He's explaining it's not the best exorcism movie.
She
I think
agrees
it's
with you.
one of
Hold
the
on,
best, but it's not the best.
she's agreeing with you on that. She's agreeing with
Okay,
you
yeah,
on
it's
that.
not the best, but it's like it's one of the most well-renowned and one of my favorites. I love that movie. If I can get
you
my
know
hands on a
what?
copy of it soon, I will. But
You know what? Actually, I know a better one. It's the one about the box. Possession. There we go.
I thought you were about to say the Babadook, which is not really a possession movie.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about the possession, the one about the Jewish box, the Jewish genie, basically.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. It was a good one. I thought
Hello,
There's Leon.
You are back.
great. Honestly, I thought it was really.
All right. So, Leon, we are currently talking about Pray for the Devil for now showing.
Pray for the Devil. I think I saw a trailer for that.
Yeah, the nun going to look into exorcism where she already has a past with her mother being possessed and this demon wants her, and now it's haunting her again. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it, so I'm curious.
I haven't
but
either.
It's gotten a really silent release. So, but we were saying I kind of killed myself a little bit. I said that The Exorcist is not the best possession movie. Like when it comes to like exorcism and possession, I said The Haunting in Connecticut is better in my opinion. It's better paced. Like I get that's the whole point of The Exorcist. It is a slow burn movie. I completely wholeheartedly understand that, and I love it to death for that. How the fuck ever. I think Haunting in Connecticut has a tighter story. That's my opinion.
I enjoy with Haunting Connected. I really enjoy the CGI because you can see the weird looking
That was the only thing I didn't
demon
like
coming out of his mouth and shit. It was just really cool. That's why I loved it a lot.
Cool, but I don't think it's good CGI.
I thought that was good CGI.
No,
well,
it's
for me, because Haunting Connecticut is based on true events.
Well, so is The Exorcist, technically.
I didn't know about The Exorcist, but I actually watched the actual documentary of Haunting in Connecticut, and it actually scared me more than the movie did.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is the director of The Exorcist, he actually came out and said, if I was not a director, I probably would have become a serial killer.
Oh damn!
What?
Yeah, he said that a long time ago, but he said
I
it.
did not know that.
Yeah, he actually said I would have become a serial killer if it wasn't for the fact that I was a director, and I'm like,
Red flag?
I heard.
very much so.
I heard
Yeah,
that
heavy
the
red
Don't just
flag
like
there.
no normal person just admits that shit. And he's like, well,
Mhm.
I get my violent tendencies out through my films, and I'm like,
that's good. I mean, as long as you're not killing people over it, I guess it's
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
but I'm also like, no, that only does so much. It's delayed gratification.
That is a that is a thin line to cross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
That is
when the Exorcist
very
came
thin.
out, I heard that a lot of several actors got hurt or even died during the film. I don't know how much that is true. It's speculation.
No.
But
It was
several actors
a
got hurt
very
too.
heavily troubled set. It had a lot of trouble on the set. Any production of Macbeth is the same way. Doesn't matter if it's stage or screen. Every production of Macbeth has had something wrong with it.
What is Macbeth? I've never seen that one.
Macbeth is a Shakespearean play, but apparently it is a cursed play.
Yeah.
Really?
It's one of the if you were in theater, you would learn about it.
I
If
wasn't,
you were
so-
ever in theater, so there you go. Yeah, you were never in theater. So I had to learn about it, and apparently what you're supposed to do anytime you say Macbeth, like in a theater, you're supposed to run around. You're supposed to go outside, go around 3 times in a circle, spit, and then curse. I think that was the way to get rid of it, right? Allie, I
That
assume you
sounds
know.
that sounds like kids having fun with the new guy.
It
No,
does.
my teacher told me that.
I was never a theater kid, but I even knew the story, like the story
Background
of
of
how.
Macbeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, a
crazy.
lot of it's one of the. There's a reason why a lot of plays and even movies they don't. There's a reason why there's not that many movies about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, also it's not one of the most recognizable from Shakespeare's lineup. Like I would say, honestly, Romeo and Juliet is a number one. I would say number two would probably be Hamlet or Henry V. I would say it's Hamlet.
more.
Hamlet, Hamlet for sure.
Hamlet more.
Yeah, and then I would say honestly after that, I think it would be Henry V. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, most people know Shakespeare from Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet. And then if you are a theater kid or you're into theater, then yes, you know about Macbeth. Wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really want to see the one with Matthew McConaughey, or not Matthew McConaughey, with, what's his name? Played young Magneto. Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see his version. I heard his version's really, really good. Anyways, if you guys are ready, we're going to go ahead and go into our first topic.
Let's do it.
Nerds rejoice! We have our favorite Doctor back as the 14th regeneration. David Tennant is returning to Doctor Who. And, side note, apparently Doctor Who, this new season, is also going to be going to Disney+.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah. It's weird,
I've heard
right?
a lot of people are not too happy about it. At least that's what I've
So,
heard.
so part of the reason people weren't too happy about it was because there was a false rumor going around that they were going to Americanize it.
Oh, fuck no. Why the fuck would they ever do? Doctor Who is, like, exclusively British. It's part of its identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said. So
it's like
somebody
taking James
decided
Bond and making it an American.
somebody
can.
decided to spread a false rumor about Disney Americanizing it with the transfer, but no,
No,
that
they
is
wouldn't
not,
do that.
that is unfounded. All that's is Doctor Who is moving once again to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It's like the third time they've moved.
Yeah, because they went from Paramount to HBO, and now they're going to Disney Plus.
Netflix first.
Netflix first, then they went to HBO, and that's how I'm watching it right now is HBO Max.
Yep.
And then now they're going to Disney Plus. Fuck. If it wasn't for Rick and Morty and Cartoon Network shit, I wouldn't keep HBO Max, honestly. Cartoon Network, Adult Swim shit, Warner Brothers shit. Honestly, I would still keep HBO Max. HBO Max gets some pretty good movies every now and then. They have the Austin Powers trilogy right now.
Also,
oh, really?
Yeah, HBO Max has all 3 of the Austin Powers movies. But anyways,
anyway,
so
I did kind of ruin
Allie.
things for Shad
Yes.
earlier before the
Yes.
show.
So I got excited because I'm like, that is a good step in the right direction to get back David Tennant. Arguably, I would say one of the best doctors, or at least one of the most recognizable doctors, minus Matt Smith, of our generation. Like his and Matt Smith's runs were some of the best. Eccleston's was okay, but nobody really knows Eccleston all that much. Whereas David Tennant and Matt Smith are still powerhouses today. If you don't believe me, go watch House of the Dragon, and then also go turn around and watch Good Omens. Just saying. Which, by the way, Good Omens Season 2 is coming out soon, so I'm happy. I think they got a trailer and everything, too. I'm not even going to lie. I don't know. Anyways, so back onto this. I think, at first I was like, oh, it's a step in the right direction. And you know what I just realized?
What?
We have no
They're doing
music.
it for money. You got.
I just realized we have no music.
We're all professionals here, ladies and gentlemen.
I swear. Liars! Anyways.
Bleeding other fucking liars.
Hey, folks, it's just me running this shit. I apologize. I have a terrible brain. If I could trade it out, I would. Anyways, so basically, Allie then turned around and said, "You know they are keeping the same writing staff as the last generation, right?" And I was like, "Fuck!" That broke my heart a little bit.
I've said it once. I will say it a million times. Whitaker's era was plagued by bad writing.
And now David Tennant's second era is going to be plagued by the same shit.
You never know. Giving them the benefit of the doubt might help. They might.
Bro, they had 3 fucking seasons.
I know.
3 seasons.
I get that, but I'm going to give them the benefit of doubt on my friend.
Here's the thing. If you have not, by 3 seasons, that's like what? Almost 4 years, give or take, Allie? Almost 4 years. Yeah. If in 4 years you have not pulled your head out of your ass as a writer, you're never going to.
Well, and again, season 13, series 13, Doctor Who Flux was actually really good. The entire series was a connected story.
Right.
Okay.
And
really,
it was it was actually kind of interesting how they tied it all together. We've had it in the past where you've had the reoccurring concept throughout the season, but Series 13 actually had these overarching problem as not in the background, but just kind of stepping behind the plot of the episode that you're on.
I did not know that.
I still think if you want to have a good way to wrap up Doctor Who, end it with maybe Capaldi, but honestly, the best ending of all time has to be with Matt Smith.
There are going to be the old fans who are going to disagree with you.
I think Matt Smith had a really good wrap
because of one name and one name only. Mr. Baker himself, number 4. He was the most beloved of the old.
No, I know he's the most beloved Doctor. I know that. I'm talking about wrapping up in satisfaction. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm aware what you're talking. I am aware what you're talking about. I'm saying the old fans are going to talk about number 4 all the time.
Okay.
The same way that we talk about Matt Smith and David Tennant.
Oh, okay. I get what you mean now.
So his wrap up was pretty decent, though.
Yeah.
I still think if you want to go for the most gut punch wrap up, David Tennant's, man.
That last line.
I don't want to go. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. It's so hurt.
I will say, bringing Tennant back does bring up the question that everybody has had for a long time.
Uh-huh.
Are we going to see the Doctor's daughter come back?
He had a daughter?
Did you miss that episode?
Yeah, I missed the episode. I was wondering who that chick was with her besides that blonde girl that he was always with.
I have a small confession.
Oh,
I've
God.
actually never seen Doctor Who.
Do you have HBO Max?
Blasphemy. Blasphemy.
No, it's not blasphemy. It's kind of it's its own selective corner of
It
the
really
nerd world.
is.
It really is.
I'm more concerned, Gallows, that you're saying blasphemy and yet you're making comments about the companions.
You don't know the daughter. The.
Oh, I didn't know he had a daughter. All right, I knew he had different companions. That's what I knew of. I knew he had different ones, but I didn't know he had a daughter in this whole situation.
It was during Donna's time as a companion. So Captain Tate.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So my only question would be: does she have the Doctor's powers then? The ability to generate in the brain.
They never actually came out and said that she can regenerate. During the episode where she was during the episode she was in, the character did die and came back due to a MacGuffin of the episode. And then
Doctor Who is filled with those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then she basically hijacked a rocket, took to the stars.
Oh wow.
With the comment, "I'm going to go exploring," and then that was the last we ever heard of it.
I think they definitely should bring back the Doctor's daughter. If you're bringing back David Tennant, you kind of have to. However, because you have told me, it made me lose almost all faith in this fucking run. The only other thing that's holding me back from completely saying no, fuck this shit, is the original showrunner from Eccleston to I think Capaldi. The original showrunner is back.
Okay, so we might see a positive turn then.
Yeah, but however, that still doesn't. I don't think he fired the writing staff, and that's the problem.
Yet.
Yes.
Yet.
Now, granted, he came back the last season of Jodie Whittaker's turn.
Well, and that might be why Flux was so good.
That might be, yes. However, I don't know. I think if he still has the same writer staff, unless they did unless he whipped their ass into shape, which if he did, the whole fucking good show, bro.
Kudos.
But Jesus Christ, I lost all fucking brain functioning there. What the fuck did I just say?
If he whipped their asses into shape, kudos.
We are professionals.
Yeah, kudos. Yes, we are professionals. Yeah, professional dumbass. Anyways,
I mean, what is our campaign called again?
Dungeon Dumbasses and Ditses. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And I apologize for anybody that has been trying to watch those. We have currently hit a rut in what we're doing, especially because our DM might be leaving for a few months. So don't probably expect any more. There might be one last video, and we're gonna hit off on a part where we stopped, and then after that, we're probably not gonna have another session until next year.
Scheduling conflicts. All over the goddamn place.
Exactly. That is the biggest problem. It is 100% scheduling conflicts. So
and the DM realized that he really needed to sit down and figure out how to balance an encounter.
Primarily with fucking Joe. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, Joe. Jesus. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Doctor Who. We actually kept on topic really, really quickly. Anyways, well, we got off just as quickly. We were keeping on topic really, really well, and then
we were keeping on topic of fantasy.
Anyway,
that's it.
Allie, I blame you for fucking bringing up dumbasses and ditses. That's why. Your fault. Back on to Doctor Who.
I get one per month.
That's probably about the only thing you get per month. Anyways.
God damn, what was that about?
I meant a hug. Come on. I meant hugs. Come on. Mm-hmm. Come on, Allie. You know what I meant.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. But we're not going to go into that.
Hurtful but true.
Hurtful but true. Hurtful
anyway,
but true. Yes.
Now,
I'm cautiously excited.
Yeah. Because we are bringing back one heavy hitters of the new Who.
Absolutely, yeah, of the new era since the early 2000s. So that is always a good thing. So I like that.
I will admit I did get a little irritated at the internet machine doing what it does best.
Messing everyone off.
I would have loved to just be able to have seen that before knowing that Tenet was back.
That would have been nice, but no.
But we live in an era of the internet and the information superhighway.
True.
Something like that is not going to get.
Now, I will say this. I do remember they had an original idea of who they were going to cast as the next Doctor, and I think it was going to be a black guy.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, man.
And a lot of people was up of fucking arms because of that. Like, some people were. Which
weirds me out because what's the big deal?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
To be fair, this is probably about as political as we're going to get this episode. I think a lot of people felt like they were just virtue signaling because they were already kind of doing that with Jodie Whittaker.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you're going to go from a white woman to you're going to go back to male, but you're going to make it black when this is a primarily white guy. So I'm not saying it's a big deal. I still think Idris Elba would make a great Bond. I just don't think they're ever going to do it. So it's just one of those things. It's like,
they should have gone all out and gone for the black woman. The internet.
What they should have done.
The internet would have exploded.
They should have made a southern black woman.
And God.
B,
oh man.
To piss off everybody.
Terrible.
Here's what else they need to do. They need to make her at least 90 years old. Have to go around in a fucking racer scooter. You just have to do that. And every time someone says you're the Doctor, she's like, "What? You don't think I can stand up?" And never stands up.
No, just give her Capaldi's chair from that one episode where he took.
Oh yeah, yes.
Wow.
So, as the one that has never seen Doctor Who, but eventually I will. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. You want to piss off the fans even more about making the Doctor an old black woman from the South.
From South. Yes.
Full attitude.
Can't even brain just melts. I don't even know how to react to that.
Do not make me get out of this chair. I will whip your ass so fast.
It's like, but you never get out of the chair. Exactly.
You fucking
she just
dick.
looks up. It's like, no, you just see. But mom, you never get out of the chair. Boy, did I not just fucking say something? Just not even fucking stop. Just be like,
show up into that series. At that point.
Wait, no, hold on.
Oh,
it's
man.
like, boy, did I not just say something?
Oh fuck!
They're gonna kill us.
We're gonna get in so much trouble.
Get canceled.
We're gonna get in so much trouble. I know we will.
And the special guest for that episode will be Tyler Perry's Medea.
Oh man! Oh, we're gonna get in so much trouble. Oh man, we're gonna get canceled so fucking quickly.
Oh my god! Yes. No, and then she does
this.
We're
still on the air.
Hey, and then she basically just does this. She's like, "Boy, did I not just say Boy, did I not just say something? Now let me go take my pills."
Now hold on. Not just Southern. Cajun Southern.
Oh, goddamn.
Damn. Okay, before we get canceled even more, we're gonna go ahead and go on to our next topic.
Yes, man. Please, let's do it because we.
All right,
Yeah,
our next topic is. Boy, did I not just say something? Anyways, our next topic is we had our first official trailer for the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and looks about what I expected. The fact that we are getting the majority of this movie in the quantum realm, I'm super excited about that.
I have heard commentary that there are people who wish it was more dad-daughter bonding than what they saw.
I think
mean,
it
this
might
is
be
also
good. A good family
fully
bonding with the
introducing
stepmama.
Kang, not He Who
Yeah.
Remains. This is introducing Kang. Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see where they go with that. I just think I think this is going to be. I think that you're going to have a lot of fun with the visuals in this, and I think that if you get the similar writers, as long as you make Kang intimidating, that's great. Now I noticed that I know that we're supposed to be getting MODOK in this movie, and here's the crazy thing: the Yellow Jacket from the first movie. Apparently, he's supposed to become MODOK.
Oh wow!
Supposedly, that's the rumor going around. So it's gonna be that character as MODOK.
That's an interesting callback.
It is. It is an interesting callback, and I think it's honestly one that it kind of makes sense. Because look at it this way: his torso was the last thing to shrink, so it would make sense that it wouldn't shrink as quickly as his did. So I think personally, it's an interesting idea. I think it would make the most sense that he would be in the quantum realm. And it's honestly a good way to explain his giant ass head.
True.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a bad idea. Now I remember a lot of people were saying that who was it they were saying was probably going to be playing MODOK? I think they said Jim Carrey. They wanted Jim Carrey. I'm like, no, it's not a good choice. I think
that's not really his kind of thing either.
No, it's not. Now
The
I
closest we've
personally
gotten
think
to him in a superhero movie is the Riddler, and he did okay.
What are you talking about? That was a great Riddler.
Except his Riddler was more Joker Riddler.
Yeah, basically. When he did
where
it,
it's kind of like
it was more of a
look
funny,
at the movie overall.
not too serious.
To be fair, now a good version, and you're probably gonna hate me for this because it's almost similar wavelength on how they do things. I think Jesse Eisenberg was miscast as Lex Luthor. I think he should have been cast as Edward Nygma.
That would have been a great acting.
Doing
that
the
would have
exact
been a great one,
I'm
bro.
saying do the exact same performance he had for Lex Luthor. Make it Edward Nygma.
Because his performance of Lex wasn't overly silly. It was just, I'm smarter than you. I'm going to talk about it at length, which is Enigma's entire shtick.
True.
Yeah.
Whereas Lex is, I'm smarter than you. I'm gonna fucking prove it.
Yeah. Also, Lex wasn't socially awkward.
No.
I still think if you want to get a good idea of what Lex Luthor is, Walter White when he's acting like Heisenberg. There you go. That is Lex Luthor. Yeah. And I still think Bryan Cranston should have been cast as Lex Luthor. I really do. The only other person that comes close, and he has voiced Lex Luthor, is Giancarlo Esposito.
I think that would have been good. Get one of the original voice
Carlos
actors
Esposito,
for Lex Luthor.
No, he's already voice acted Lex Luthor in the Harley Quinn show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get him to do
And
it.
I think, honestly, he's a good Lex Luthor. Because Gus is essentially Lex Luthor.
Going back to the original topic.
Yes. Anyways, back on the Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
I do enjoy the idea that we're getting to get a bigger view of the quantum realm itself.
I also agree.
I'm excited for that. I think that's a great idea to do. Give us a whole new universe.
I feel like that's
new universe for it.
I feel like that's what they've been building up to since the first Ant-Man.
Oh yeah,
I would say arguably more since the second one.
But the first one introduced the idea of the quantum realm toward the end.
True.
Where Ant-Man and Wasp gave us a bigger view of what the quantum realm is. Now we're getting to see it itself.
True.
I thought Infinity War and Endgame gave us more of the quantum realm.
Endgame did,
Endgame
not to the degree.
Endgame touched on it as logic for the mechanics that they were using.
Yeah, and I hate the fact that everybody says Ant-Man and the Wasp is basically a setup for Endgame. It's not.
I thought it was.
It's fun.
You sure? I thought it was.
It is, but it isn't. Exactly. It is, but it isn't. I agree. It's definitely its own thing, but it can't help but be a setup.
Yeah, and honestly, look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe. All of it is a setup for Endgame.
True.
True.
That is true.
If you're gonna complain about one movie, you're barking up the wrong tree in that group.
Minus Incredible Hulk. That's the only one that didn't really lead up to Endgame.
The Incredible Hulk didn't lead up to anything. I thought
Well,
Incredible Hulk was more of its own thing. That's why.
as far as the Marvel Cinematic Universe itself, the Incredible Hulk didn't have a movie. Technically. Because
You do realize the movie
had-
Incredible Hulk is in the MCU, right?
because we had Hulk, we had Edward Norton's
Really?
Hulk.
Edward Norton's Hulk was called the Incredible Hulk. That movie was called Incredible
Yeah.
Hulk.
Yeah.
That is
We
in the
don't.
MCU.
We don't talk about
The one
one
that is
before that.
acknowledged, the one that is acknowledged as the first MCU movie is Iron Man.
Yes, and then after
Yeah.
that was Incredible Hulk, which takes place 8 months prior to
Did it?
in Iron Man 2. Yeah.
I thought.
Wait, which
That's
Incredible
why
they
Hulk are we talking
that's why
about?
he-
Hold
that's
on,
why-
hold on.
Hold on.
I thought Incredible Hulk came before Iron Man.
No.
I thought it was
takes
part of the
place
Sony
before
version.
Iron Man. No,
No,
It
like,
takes
in
place
release.
before Iron Man 2.
In
no,
release.
it came out after Iron Man.
There's my mix up.
Yeah. No, it came out after Iron Man.
Before you all
It
start
takes
yelling
place
at me that
before Iron Man 2.
no, I thought that Incredible Hulk had released before Iron Man, thereby putting it outside of the scope of the MCU. There's my mistake.
Oh,
Yeah.
I always assumed that
why
Iron
they
Man was
bring
a
back-
Sony verse one. That's why.
No, Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America. Their first movies were all Paramount, and even the first Avengers movie was technically a Paramount movie. Incredible Hulk was Universal.
I did not know that.
Yeah, the Hulk rights are owned by Universal right now, and it'll eventually go back to Marvel.
Which is why he hasn't had a solo movie yet.
Yeah, I was going to say he hasn't. The guy who's playing the Incredible Hulk right now at this very moment in time has never had a solo movie. So that's why
yeah,
I've
Mark
always
Ruffalo's never had a
assumed. That's why I assumed the guy who played before him was in the Sonyverse because effectively this new Hulk, the
I
whole
only think it's the
different Hulk.
Sonyverse because Sony's made the most Marvel movies. Sony doesn't own the rights to the Hulk. Universal has.
So
Yeah.
we having a solo Hulk movie would also take care of the other issue we're seeing with the Hulk in the MCU. All
He's
this
got
shit is
Ultimate
happening off
Winkling.
screen.
That's true.
Yeah. But no, the only reason why Sony only owns the rights to Marvel and his villains. That's it. Sony only has the rights to Sony only has the rights to Spider-Man and all his villains and characters. That's why Sony has made so many different Spider-Man villain Spider-Man movies. Yes, exactly. Sony only owns the rights to Spider-Man. Fox owned the rights to X-Men, and then Paramount owned the rights to Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor. Universal got the rights to the Hulk, and then I think everybody else was just up in thin air at that point.
It is. I'm excited for this. I'm really hoping that the Ant-Man and the Wasp, the new movie, will be introducing a little bit of the next coming movie for the Incredible Hulk.
I don't see that
I
happening.
think Hawk
It
War
doesn't
or
seem
something
like-
like that.
World War Hulk? No, that was probably
Yeah.
mostly like the finale of She-Hulk. Honestly, that's not
Yeah,
gonna
that
happen.
sounded like. Yeah.
No,
That's
it
not gonna
was,
happen.
but I'm just saying. I'm hoping that's what it's going to go with. That we see.
Well, the
more.
issue
Prepared
with
to be
that
very,
is,
very disappointed.
yeah, the issue with that is Hulk and Ant-Man aren't really connected.
They're not.
Outside of the fact of they both
Hulk
change
is
size
gamma
to do what they do.
radiation. Yeah, Hulk is gamma radiation. Ant-Man is quantum realm. Completely
it's
Oh,
different
yeah.
things, man.
It's a
Well,
nice
Tony was
size.
more mechanic
gonna happen.
than the Gamma, but they were both best friends.
They're not friends.
The
Are they?
Hulk and Tony Stark, they're best friends. In this last,
Yeah, Ant-Man isn't Tony Stark, buddy.
no, that's what I'm
Iron
saying.
Where are you going with this?
I
you
am
fucking
curious.
know.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
he's
really
high on
confused.
something. I
No,
think he's
honestly-
high on something.
Honestly, if you're talking about anybody who's friends with Hulk, if you go with according to the comics, it's Spider-Man.
True.
It's Peter Parker.
I just thought we were talking
They've
about
yet to
Marvel
have
in
a fucking
general.
interaction in the entire MCU.
Which saddens me to no end.
It does.
I know, right?
It does too, yeah.
Like, Peter is one of the few people who sees Hulk as more than just a mindless wrecking machine.
Yep. Hold on one second. I'm fixing my carpet.
And you know what? I think we can blame Sony for that.
Yep.
Yep.
Wholeheartedly.
Because the last time they made a deal with Marvel, they made it such a big ass deal about it. So that's what made it hard for the new Spider-Man movies to come out. Or at least two. I mean, they still came out, but that's what they made it so hard about. Because Sony didn't want to. Sony didn't want that for that show, for that character.
Yep. All right.
Anyway.
On to our next topic from one comics company to another comics company. Our next topic
Which I think is
is
better.
So Henry Cavill's apparently leaving The Witcher season 4 for another Superman movie. Congratulations, yay! So I don't think this is a bad idea, partly because the writers have actually admitted that they don't give a shit about Geralt, or nor did they ever really like the Witcher games. So honestly, fuck Netflix. Henry Cavill was the only thing that was holding that show together as much as it was. So fuck you. I would wholeheartedly rather see Henry Cavill come back to Superman.
I would too.
Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying The Witcher. The Witcher's okay. I like where it's heading, but
Yeah.
now, I mean, the season 3 is still going to have Henry Cavill because they've already filmed that. It's season 4 that he's like, I'm not coming back. And they're apparently replacing him with Liam Hemsworth, which is not a bad choice. I mean, he's okay, but I don't think he's like a mega nerd like Cavill.
And it's about Cavill and his Man of Steel 2. I heard some rumors. I'm not too sure if the rumors are true. That we will be going into DCEU, DC Universe's. You know the what if for Marvel. You know how everybody turned into zombies.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they're gonna be going with.
You're
Henry
talking about
Cavill's Man of
DC?
Steel. Yeah,
I don't think they're going
Honestly,
with that. I honestly think.
that's what I
If
said.
they-
I think it's just
If they were
rumors.
going to
I'm not
go
really
with,
sure.
if they were going to go with an alternate, with a Superman from an alternate universe, they would go with Ultraman.
Oh, true. Or what's that other universe where they he's all gray. He's Superman, but he's all gray, and they speak in a different type
Steel?
of tongue.
Bizarro.
Bizarro,
Oh,
Superman.
Bizarro.
There we go.
Honestly, what I would like to see, I'd like to see Brainiac in a Man of Steel movie.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome. I think that'd be great.
I think that'd be a lot of fun, honestly. And you could do something similar to like The Thing. Not like with the isolation. I'm talking about with like the distrust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do something similar to that with Brainiac. Kind of make it like this. Not make it like this its own. I mean, you got to make it its own entity. But I think that honestly, it basically being like you don't know who's a part of Brainiac or not. Make it something along those lines, and I think that's an interesting idea. You could do something really. You could do a lot of things with Brainiac.
Oh yeah.
I don't think like making Brainiac some alien disease or some shit, because I think there was a show that did that. They made Brainiac a disease. I was like, why?
It was
Why?
it was the animation Justice League Ultimate where he paired with Luthor. Brainiac and left Luthor together.
No.
That's what.
No, that
No?
was a decision on both the characters' parts.
Oh.
That was a decision on both the characters' parts. That wasn't a disease situation.
No,
Lex
Yeah,
wanted
I
to be-
vaguely remember watching
Lex wanted to become more.
true.
There are
But
books
you know,
about
most
The
people don't
Witcher?
like reading. The Witcher was based off of books.
I did
Yeah,
not know that.
It was originally a book series. The author was pissed because he fucked himself over with the royalties.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
he did. I think now he works a regular job too.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, that is
He could have
horrible.
made bank, but he could have made bank if he had gone with installments. But instead, he wanted a lump sum right away because he didn't think it was going to go anywhere. Sorry, I had to get that sentence out.
Nope, you're good, man.
Poor guy.
Nope, makes sense to
Yeah.
me, man.
Dude, I would have taken installments.
I
All
would
right.
right.
Anyways, On to our next topic. Our next topic is Sausage Party 2 is apparently in development and is going to be going to Amazon Prime Video.
Of
I think
course
honestly,
it
if
is.
there's anywhere that it would have thrived, it would be Amazon. However, I also think that maybe HBO could have done a really good job with it. But however,
HBO
it is.
probably could, but
I think HBO would have given them less restriction. Don't get me wrong. I think the real reason why it went to Amazon is because Seth Rogen has been making really good shows for him. You also got to remember Seth Rogen is a producer behind The Boys. He's a producer behind, and he's also a producer behind Invincible.
I knew about Invincible. I did.
Yeah,
but
he's
I
also
did not know about The Boys. I did that was
Yeah,
a
he's a
whole
producer on
different
The Boys.
director and producer.
That's why he wasn't able to do Invincible until he did The Boys,
Oh, wow.
and he barely was able to do The Boys. So he's a really good, like, a lot of the stuff that he produces right now is great. But I definitely think that Sausage Party 2 should probably happen on Amazon Prime, and I think that's the real reason why it's going to Amazon Prime is because Seth Rogen and Amazon, they have a pretty decent deal. So I think, plus I think he also has their joint with any Point Grey studio movie is eventually going to go to Amazon. Even though it is a Sony Pictures, I think he's trying to convince Amazon to buy up Point Grey.
probably.
So, probably.
I think
But,
I am surprised. I'm surprised this movie got a second sequel. I understand they hinted it at the end of it, but I
you
think
also
a
got to
lot of
remember
people.
this movie did really, really well. It was critically acclaimed. It did decent in the box office. It was renowned by audiences that saw it. I mean, it did well enough to warrant a sequel. It's just Sony was like, well, we're trying to focus on this shit. We're not really going to give you the money for this. And I think that's why he's like, hey, Amazon, not a lot of shit for you guys. I've been hinting this movie since the fucking first one came out. And I already have an idea of what I want to do with the second movie. Like, script's ready to go. Will you guys do it? They probably went ahead and said, yeah, no, we'll do it. Fine.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I heard
Yeah,
more
sure.
of a
Why the fuck not?
TV series than a movie, but
No, it's a sequel.
well,
I
it would be
wonder-
a sequel. It would be as a TV show, not a movie.
Sausage
what
Party,
I
I think would be too expensive to make a TV show, in my personal opinion. Plus, I also don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough there to make it a TV show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The
I
second one's
just
supposed
don't
to be
think
about
that's-
how they're supposed to go to real
Our
life,
world.
animation, our world, and they're supposed to be trying to kill Seth Rogen.
Their
who
voice
plays them.
actors.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be killing their voice actors. So yeah,
Oh, they're pulling a Deadpool that kills the Marvel Universe.
yeah, pretty much.
So that's going to be interesting.
Basically.
That is going to be interesting.
I think it's a
would love
great
to see
idea
where they
for
go with it. Yeah.
So
I'd love
if they're
to see where they go
slow,
with it.
if they're supposed to be killing their voice actors, would their voices slowly disappear over time?
I don't know.
That. I wonder if
That's
they
it.
disappear
Yeah.
altogether since their voice actors are dead.
That's the only thing we do know is that they're going to, because that's essentially what they tease at the end of this movie, is they're going to our world to kill off their voice actors. So,
It'll be interesting.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm gonna have to watch it again, or find a way to watch it again.
honestly, I think the only, there's three great scenes in that movie. The opening, the massacre at the lady's house, and the finale. That's it. That's the only three good things about that movie. Everything else in between, like minus some of the commentary, minus that, it's like some of the commentary was pretty funny, like what they did with the whatever the fuck the giant flat tortilla was and the bagel. It's like you took all of our aisle. It's like that's a pretty big aisle. You guys don't think you could share it? And they both laugh. I was like, okay, that's funny. I genuinely like that joke. The Salma Hayek taco being a fucking going tremendously horny for the hot dog bun played by Emma Stone was kind
oh
of
my
funny.
gosh.
Yeah, like
Oh man, the ending for that whole ass
the
movie.
end orgy
God.
was crazy.
The end
That's
orgy
why
was
like the
fucking
climax
good.
is funny.
Wow.
Yeah, the climax is hilarious, especially because they kill all those people, and they have to take like fucking acid in order to see the food for as they are.
hmm
Oh, there's one other good. There's like good jokes, but I'm talking about like good actual moments where I was laughing or actually glued on the screen. Was the opening, the massacre, and the climax. That's it.
For me,
Well,
it
I
was
guess
just...
both climaxes.
Hey!
For me, all it was
Yeah.
it was the massacre in the store, the massacre,
Massacre in the store.
the massacre in the store, and the murder of the vegetables inside the woman's house. I think those were
Yeah.
only two good scenes they had all together for that movie.
Honestly, I like the opening. The opening's funny as shit.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the opening
Yeah,
too
the opening's
musical, and I don't
hilarious.
want it.
Yeah, I love that. That's hilarious, man. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and go back to the DC news on the DC news side of things. So James Gunn and something Safran, I think Peter Safran, are now going to be co-heads of DC Films. They're going to be the co-CEOs of DC Films, and I'm super pumped about that. And that doesn't mean that we aren't going to be getting any James Gunn projects. He is going to be the head of the creative side of DC. So I think personally that this is a great plan because I think James Gunn has an idea of where he'd like to take DC, and he will give us more movies over time. Like he already has a mystery project under hand right now.
And now he's got the power to do it without getting shit on.
Yeah, and I think his last project, minus Guardians, I think his last project for the MCU is going to be Guardians 3. I think he said that's the last Guardians movie he's ever going to do.
Oh wow!
Which means he will be missed, but yeah.
I'm just hoping they bring. I'm just hoping they bring this franchise from the grave. That's all I'm hoping. They bring this back.
They seem to be taking because The Rock managed to get Henry Cavill back. You now have James Gunn and Peter Safran, co-CEOs of DC Films. DC is now its own separate studio. They finally have an official name. It's called the DCU.
Oh wow!
So we now have that, and then you also have an idea of where everything else is going to be going. I think DC is finally stepping in the right direction. I really do. I think DC. I think we're gonna. It took a while, yes. But and as much as I hate the fact that Batgirl got canceled, as much as I hate the fact that we're having to probably go without Aquaman 2 for a while, as much as I hate the fact that we're getting delays after delays, I think that they're finally stepping in the right direction. I think they're finally getting a foothold of what they can do.
Now they just need to get rid of the actors that are shitty people.
Yep, pretty much.
Ezra Miller, I think as long as they don't have any more problems, they should be okay.
Not even. I don't think he should be in part of the DCU. Honestly, I don't. He fucked up. Sorry. Sorry. They
probably screwed up too much. So
yeah, they fucked up way too much with the.
No, I do agree that they. I don't think. Here's the thing. I don't think they should come back. I do not say that. I'm not saying. I don't think they should be blacklisted either, though.
Yeah. I do. No,
I don't think so.
They should be blown blacklisted.
Dude, Heather fucking Sutherland was a piece of shit. Did his ass get fucking blacklisted from Hollywood? Fuck no. He just calmed the fuck down.
Yeah, and as long as they're willing to do that.
They said they were going into rehab. They said that they were, they're most likely going to probably get like a couple months of jail sentence. So I mean, it's just one of those things.
About a few years of jail.
Well, they probably a few years with good behavior on a couple months.
But we need somebody else to step in at this point.
I agree, but I just don't know.
And I think they should.
We're just gonna have to sit and see what happens.
Yeah.
I think with this especially, I think they should, because I've heard a lot of things about the DCU. I think they should be stepping out of the big game Justice League and start going towards the little lesser known of the DC universe, like they did with Ant-Man and everybody else. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough.
That's how I think they should play it out. Give us the unknown characters of the DCU.
Honestly, I would love to see a setup for the Justice League Dark.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I agree. I definitely think that'll work out. And I think Constantine is probably going to be its own universe because I know that we did talk about Constantine 2 apparently is happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's probably going to be set up in its own universe.
Probably.
Most likely.
That'd be interesting.
If
For
they
sure.
did bring up a Constantine connected to the DC universe,
Here's the thing. If they did bring back Matt Ryan.
bring it in. Bring him in.
Bring him
He
in.
did so good in the series.
Yeah,
He
I
did so
agree.
good in the fucking the shitty CW Crisis on Infinite Earth thing.
Yeah,
For what
like,
little he was in, like he's every time he's done so good as the voice actor.
he does. He's my Constantine.
He's a great Constantine. Don't get me wrong, Keanu Reeves did the best he could, but
Well,
Yeah,
Keanu
that's
Reeves
better.
is more of a different version of Constantine. Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves is
yeah.
more an Americanized version of Constantine versus Constantine.
Keanu
the
Reeves
actual
is always-
British Constantine himself.
Yeah. American cynicism versus British cynicism.
I was
There
thinking
is
if
a
they were gonna go
difference.
with that route,
There is a difference.
I think they should go with the Sandman Constantine. I think they give
Sandman
more of her
Constantine,
back-
Jenna Coleman?
Yeah, get more of her background story. I think that'd be great for it.
Well, here's
Well,
the thing.
that background is for Constantine, too.
Yeah, they're the same character. If they just brought in Jenna Coleman for Christian, I think you knew the reason.
So they brought in Jenna Coleman because they couldn't get the rights to do a male Constantine in time to make the series.
Oh, wow.
Whereas
It was
if
a
they
rights holding thing.
Whereas if they did it connected to the DC universe, they already have the rights.
And I think that was the other reason why they didn't do a male Lucifer, like they didn't bring in Tom Ellis, is like that's a different version of Lucifer than
Mhm.
what the comics presents. So even though, now granted, that wasn't a rights issue, that was more along the lines of like, yeah, Tom Ellis is great, but that doesn't really fit with what we're trying to do with Lucifer in this
Yeah.
version.
I
like-
thought they said that. I thought Tom Ellis said he was done with the whole Lucifer thing. He didn't want to play it.
No, he said he
Right
would love to
after.
come back in cameos and stuff. Like he said he's far from being done. He never specifically said he was done with it. He just said, "Well, the show's done, so for now I'm okay."
But I would love to see the DC universe explore more of the supernatural and magical side of things.
Well, and they already have kind of done that with, I guess, technically Black Adam, but granted, that was just an action movie. But they also kind of done it with Shazam.
Well, you're not wrong. Justice League
Yeah.
Dark was
Means that Tana.
the supernatural side of.
Yeah. No,
The
I know.
Justice-
I know Justice League Dark is the supernatural side. It's Justice League Dark is Midnight Suns for the DC.
Yeah.
I know what they are, yeah.
Like characters like the Spectre. I would love to see more exploration into that concept for the DC universe.
Spectre was the one that was in the DC Justice League Dark movie, right? That was Spectre?
So you remember Constantine, the Louisiana cop?
Yes.
His character is a conduit for the Spectre.
Oh, that guy. I thought, what was the Daredevil's name? The one that looked like he had the D on his chest? He was the
Dead-
He was the gymnast that failed, and then like
Oh,
ultimately-
Dead Man.
His name
Dead
is
Man.
Dead
Yeah, I'd love to see
Um,
Dead Man.
Crisis on Infinite Earths. Oliver Queen in that universe became the Spectre.
Oh yeah, that was shit. But anyways,
But I would love more exploration into the Spectre and what their role is in the DC universe itself.
I
And
agree.
the best way to get around to that would be going through the route of Constantine, Zatanna, Deadman, and all that through the Justice League Dark.
I
Who
think.
would you get to play Zatanna?
It has to be Latino though. It can't because can't embrace due to the fact that her father is Latin, her mother is Latin, so it has to be a Latin actress.
I honestly think Jenna Ortega is a good idea
Yeah,
I think
from
so.
Scream.
Yeah, that'd work.
I think
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see.
but
Yeah, Jenna Ortega.
bringing us back to the topic at hand.
A Latin actress.
This chick?
I guess.
She is Latin.
No, I'm trying to think of other
Bring
chick
things
from
out
Scream?
there.
bringing us back to the topic at hand, these two coming into the CEO position opens up a lot of doors, a lot of potential for the DC universe.
Maybe we'll get some good DC movies for.
Oh, I would be shocked if we didn't. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
I have a
Yeah.
I have a Snodacast for this.
We're about to go into Snodacast.
For the whole thing with DC. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're about to go into Snodacast. So, anyway, sorry, I'm checking something on my phone, making sure my camera isn't frozen. All right, Snodacast. If you've watched the show before, you know what this is. But for those that haven't, basically, this is where we get to bring up either a random topic, further elaborate on a topic. Doesn't matter how far back it was, as long as it relates to movies, TV shows, video games, comics, this usual shit that we go through. You're more than welcome to bring it up. So, Gallows, since you were first on the draw, you're gonna go last. Anyways, Allie. Allie, what was your Snodacast?
So, I've gotten in this habit every spooky season of playing the Dead Space trilogy.
As one does.
Oh god damn it! I love that trilogy so much.
Yeah. I heard the third one's kind of trash.
The third one's not bad. They took a lot of the mechanics in a different direction from the other two. Stop giving me that look. I see that look. They did pull out the same shit that they pulled with Mass Effect 3 and hey, you want the actual ending? Buy this DLC.
Ugh.
But,
Oh, wait. I just got to do this. No bitches.
no, that's why are we harping on my love life here, man? Come on.
Hey, it's because my love life has gone in the gutter. Don't worry about it.
Oh, poor
But
guy.
It's me
Oh,
deflecting.
wow.
I made the comment this go around. The Dead Space trilogy is one man trying to get away from his religious trauma and getting sucked right back into it every time. Because the whole thing started because of a religious movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. They all worship
Not wrong.
You were not wrong.
And it fucked everybody.
I don't know if you guys have talked about it on the show yet or not, but they have announced a remake.
We talked about it a couple times.
But
When
I'm
we finally got the
excited
gameplay, we talked about it. And then whenever it was first announced, we talked about it too.
Okay, but
So
yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to seeing what this remake does for the series.
me too.
It should be interesting, to
I
say the least.
am
Yeah,
a little
sure.
disappointed because reading over what the creator had plans for Dead Space 4, we were going to get Ellie as a main character and go through the invasion of Earth with her.
Ooh.
And I feel like that would have been a really great game, but we didn't get it. We might get
Because Dead
still,
Space 3
but
didn't do that great.
I wonder if
Yeah,
we're gonna get another movie for Dead Space.
Honestly, I think Dead Space would make a great horror movie.
oh,
Not
definitely.
akin to
It is.
Alien. Like, I think it could
Yeah,
definitely
it is.
work.
Just don't give it
Oh,
the
yeah.
Doom treatment.
No, don't make it a dumb action film. If you're gonna make a dumb horror action film, you have to make a Doom movie, and you have to do it right. You can't give me the dog shit that we've gotten since 2003. Fuck you,
I
bitches.
did-
I still am pissed at that shit.
I did really like the animated Dead Space movies. I
There
did
we go.
like them.
That's
They're
what
really
I was
good.
gonna say, too. I know
Anytime
that's
there's
really
been an
good.
animated video game movie, 9 times out of 10 it's been okay.
But
Hmm.
yeah, looking forward to the remake. Really enjoying the series. The tradition stays alive.
Yep.
As always, yes.
Yeah, like
Leon,
Approved.
do you have a Snowdaquick for us?
Oh well, one of my favorite Netflix shows is getting a season 4 in November. The Dragon
Ooh.
Prince. If you
That
have
never
not watched
happened.
that,
I have not.
if you have not watched it, I do recommend that series. It is really, really good.
Okay, I might check it out.
Yeah,
I'll do
it's
it.
kind of hard to give like what it's about without giving away the whole story. It's one of those kind, but it's really good. Starts I watched the trailer once and I haven't heard anything yet. So I've been watching the first 3 seasons like 3 times already. So
Mm.
it's
Did the
definitely
trailer
a
not
good-
give you a date?
It shows on Netflix. That'll be out November 3rd.
Okay, so you only got about a week left then.
Yep, and I'm excited, and I can't wait.
Again, great that Netflix has gone with the season 4 for something, finally.
That
Right.
isn't utter dog shit drama.
I have been watching a lot of sitcoms through Netflix, and they're pretty good. The Netflix original sitcoms, they're pretty funny.
I heard they're okay. I heard they're not the best though.
It depends on which one you're looking at.
Yeah.
I heard The Ranch is pretty decent.
The Ranch
With Sam Elliott.
Yeah, I enjoy that one.
It's a southern sense of humor though, so like I heard like if you don't have that kind of humor, you're probably not gonna find it that funny.
I've been watching Family Reunion, and that one's pretty hilarious. It has I cannot remember her name, but it's one of the Maury sisters, the twins from Sister Sister.
Wow.
If you guys, yeah.
Haven't heard anything from them since Sister Sister and their Halloween movies.
They've gone their separate ways. They have their I think only one of them is still acting. I don't know if they're both acting.
Yeah, I don't think they're both acting anymore.
Yeah. But no, she plays a mom with now 5 kids, and she's living with her her MBA husband and his parents in the South.
So this is a sitcom.
Yeah, it's a sitcom called Family Reunion. It's
just like
I thought you were gonna tell me.
funny.
Hold on, I thought you were gonna tell me like this is a fucking this is a reality TV show on Netflix.
No.
I thought we were talking about sitcom, and this sounds like a reality TV show.
Just the doubt.
Like TLC should be on the phone, man.
There.
Just we're talking about a sitcom, right?
Yeah, it's a sitcom.
Okay.
So,
But no, they're great and they're hilarious. So
That's great.
so Shad, what's your Snowda quick?
I'm texting. Hold on one second. Gallows, go right ahead.
Okay, that's great to know.
Now you can go. Yes. Oh wait, hold on. No, you know what? I'm done texting now. Anyways. And then as soon as he opens his mouth again, be like, "All right," and that's the podcast. Thank you very much for joining it.
Can I go or are you gonna go?
He's texting again. Go ahead, guys.
So in recent news,
So professional.
Coming back to the DCU, we have news of the fact that George Lopez will be playing the uncle of the Blue Beetle in the new Blue Beetle movie. The reason we know this is, yeah. The reason why we know this is because he was in a podcast recently and he spilled some tea about it. He didn't spill a whole lot about it because he's not allowed to, but
yeah, he's under NDA. That's why.
yeah.
So I have one question.
He has one question.
What iteration of the Blue Beetle are we seeing? Are we seeing gadgets or the actual alien scare?
Jaime Reyes, so the actual alien tag.
Yeah.
But the gadgets is supposed to be showing up, like the original Blue Beetle is supposed to be showing up in this movie.
Okay.
So we're getting a pretty comic accurate. It's just we're skipping the original Blue Beetle and going directly to Jaime Reyes.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was really excited too.
And the kid from Cobra Kai is going to be playing Jaime, and I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I love that idea. Yeah. Like, he's young enough, and I think he's excited enough to do this. And I think, honestly, Jaime Reyes is essentially his version of Blue Beetle is essentially DC's Spider-Man, if you want to be technical, when it comes to like acting and how they do everything and all that. So I think personally, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I'm excited to do this. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be fun. But I also know I've got a responsibility that comes with all this shit.
Yeah, basically. He was really excited because of it was for him. It's one of the first DC movies to be starring off all Latin cast.
Yeah.
Latino cast and stuff. Basically, that's what.
I don't think it's an all Latino cast, but I think it's a primarily Latino cast, and I I'm honestly excited to see because we haven't seen him act in a long ass time. It seems like he's kind of getting a resurgence, and I think that's great. Because I like George Lopez's acting. He's a really decent actor, and I think personally him playing an uncle type character. I hate to say Uncle Ben-esque character, but I think Jaime Reyes' uncle does die. So I mean, okay, look at it this way: if you are the uncle and or parent of a young youth superhero, I guarantee you should already be writing out your tombstone. So
Right.
I'm just saying, yeah, if we're going based off of comics.
Let me get with a lawyer, talk about my will, because comics are worse about this than Disney movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, if you're a mother of a sweet innocent young child in a Disney movie, run. Because kill that bitch before she fucking makes more children.
Oh, then he got
How dare
frozen.
you be a willing mother?
Then he got frozen that had a twofer.
Yeah.
They
How dare
really
you be a
went with
loving
it.
parent in a Disney movie? It's time to die, bitch.
So
There's no trouble with this.
you know what makes it better is that in the DC versus Marvel situation for bringing back the dead, the only two characters they have never brought back from the dead, well, besides the MCU doing it, was Uncle Ben and Steve Rogers' sidekick. That turns
Bucky?
into
They did bring back Bucky. Bucky's still alive.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They
That's
never
what I'm saying,
killed
but-
him to begin with.
So, Gallows, you do bring up a point that popped in my head earlier. For all of the characters that have died and come back, Uncle Ben has never been.
Uncle Ben has never been brought back. Neither has Pa Kent.
True. Because the only reason I said Bucky is because
No.
in the comics, Steve Rogers' sidekick, he was supposed to be killed off and
Yes.
returned.
Gallows, that's what they did. They basically pulled a Jason Todd. They killed him off and then they brought him back as a villain / anti-hero.
They did Jason so dirty.
I love how have you seen Panda Red's video explaining how Jason is basically an out-of-touch boomer when it comes to technology? I love that video. I was like, that's fucking hilarious. Because he died basically in the 90s. So he didn't really realize, and comics, the technology advances about the same time as we do, but yet their years stay about all of a sudden of 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, no, that's funny as shit. I love that.
Oh yeah.
So if I accept the cookies, does that mean they're going to be sending them to my house? And do I get to pick what type of cookies they are? Or are they just all going to be chocolate chip? Just it's like, Jason, we've been over this. Just
Well, and you can imagine how it was for Steve.
oh dear God.
Oh yeah, bro. That would,
Yeah.
I would love to see a TikToker do a video about Steve and being matched with blood on.
Just him trying to get up to date on everything.
I mean, they kind of brought that up in Winter Soldier.
They did.
They did.
But I'm talking the little things, like accepting cookies and all that.
Yeah. That'd be funny. That would be funny. That'd be very funny.
But we did just kind of commandeer Gallows' Snow quick.
Cool. I'm ready with it.
Oh, okay, cool. So
so he just wanted to bring it up, and then we just took over.
We just took over and ran with it.
Like we usually
pretty
do.
much. That is true. That is what we usually do. Almost everybody takes over everybody's topic.
It's always
So
good.
sad. What is yours, Snow quick?
Oh, hold on 1 second. I forgot what it was, but give me a second. I will be able to really quickly be able to tell you.
His facial expression.
Oh, right. So,
There we
speaking
go.
of James Gunn, yeah. Anyways, speaking of James Gunn, we actually got the trailer for the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Oh shit.
And we actually get an idea of what the plot is. It's basically going to be Drax and the rest of the Guardians, Drax and Mantis, but also the rest of the Guardians going down to Earth to try to get a Christmas present for Peter, who's being pressed right now. and I think it's hilarious that they're bringing Kevin Bacon in. I think that's funny as shit. I love that that they're actually going to try to kidnap Kevin Bacon. That's funny. I like that.
I love the
think
idea
it's
of
hilarious.
all these people who have never been on Earth before
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to get everything work.
Oh yeah, no. Especially Manta. And also like you in the poster, you see them just like kind of passed out with sunglasses on. I'm like, are they getting fucking wasted in this? Oh my god, best holiday special ever. Just
I saw that and I'm like, what the fuck?
You know what I think happened? Eggnog. They got the first taste of eggnog and just went rampant with it.
To be fair, you can put vodka in eggnog and you will not taste it.
Precisely.
Yeah. Vodka and
not know
schnapps. Put peppermint schnapps in there. I swear to God, it'll work. You totally won't tell the difference.
God, when is that coming out anyway?
Guardians special? I think it's
Yeah.
coming out within the next month or so. I think it's coming out around Thanksgiving.
Okay, that's a good. I
Give me
still
just a second.
vehemently am against the encroaching of the Christmas force. Let me hear my fucking Thanksgiving, you asshole.
I don't want a lot for Christmas.
Don't you dare start. Wait until we're at the end of Thanksgiving, bro. Please.
Just
at the end of
casually scoots off screen. Just.
Stab you, Shad. I will go to your place and stab you. Like.
Hold on.
I don't have to kill you.
Let's go, bitch.
You guys are lucky I don't have my knife on me right now, motherfuckers. Alright, well. I don't know, we done?
Oh god, this is gonna become every time we post a picture of blades on the fucking Discord server.
Anyways.
It just becomes a show of, hey, this is my thing.
November 25th will be the special.
All
Nice.
right.
That's fair.
Anyway.
Gives you enough time to watch it on multiple times before Christmas comes around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right. Anyways, I think with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. You guys got anything else you want to say?
No, not really. Well, happy
I want to say
Halloween.
AIDS.
Okay.
Just AIDS.
It's making
And
me
with
come
that, we're gonna
back.
go ahead and wrap. Yeah.
What the
It's
fuck?
making you come back and Allie's behind it.
Oh, yo. That's fucked up.
Don't think I haven't seen those labs.
Okay, in fairness, that was a scrapped plan. I don't know who the hell got a hold of it.
Probably the Chinese.
I'm blaming Joe.
You think Joe has the full and mental capability to steal your shit?
The mental?
I scrapped shit,
Probably,
yes.
because
The mental probably, but the physical capability no.
no.
The scrapped shit, yes.
Yeah. Anyways, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. This has been the Snodacast episode 40 of season 3. I've been your host, Black Chef 56. I've been joined by Ali, aka Hungry Alpha Puff.
Take care, folks.
Totally don't sleep well at night. Anyways, and of course, we're also joined by Leon Lionheart.
Stay
And
nerdy.
of course, absolutely stay nerdy, or else we would have no fucking podcast. And of course, we're also joined by Gallows, aka Thomas.
Nope. See you later.
Once again, I've been your host, Black Chef 56. This has been the Snodacast, and we will see you all later.
All right, well, I gotta go for my phone.